Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly and Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas, and this is my second card for the month of September. This one I'm calling Many Thanks because we are going to be using this particular sentiment from Gathering Moments. This is part of an online suite that has absolutely beautiful, beautiful fall papers, fall leaves. Um, and I just love this set a lot. And this is the card we're going to be making. It also has an embossing folder that goes with it. This embossing folder is very big. It is called Gathering Leaves, and you can see it's a really big one. You can put a whole sheet of paper in here that is 8.5 by 5.5, and that's exactly what I did to create this card. So let's look at this card a little bit closer and then we'll get started. So as you can see, hopefully you can see the beautiful gold in there. I hope it's glinting off of there. It's like the centers of the leaves and inside the mushrooms. There's the embossing, which I'm hoping that I'm going to stand up to see if when I look at this, if I can see the embossing. I can see the embossing. Okay, and it's really noticeable when you turn it over. You can see the deboss side here. And then on the inside, we're going to have a little fun with decorating our inside with 3 colors. We're using Early Espresso, Cajun Craze, and some crushed curry. Now you can change up the colors of these leaves if you don't want to use those colors, fine, but they are the same colors that are found on the front of this in the designer series paper. So, and then this is our envelope, and here's the thing with the envelope. It's got a smudge look to it on purpose because it decided to smudge on me, so my hands were a little warm and I just went over it with my fingers and it smudged more. So I purposely smudged the back. It was a mistake, but I think it's a cool thing. We did not do that on the inside. I tried not to smudge the inside. And you notice I even put embellishments on the inside of the card. So let's see what's in our packet. Of course, you're going to have your envelope. You are going to have a piece of Early Espresso cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25, but it also is embossed. So hopefully you can see that. The deboss side is going to be on the inside, the emboss side on the outside, and hopefully it's lined up really nicely for you. This one seems to be a little bit off, and you're going to have to finger press it if it's off, because I will tell you this much, that once you have embossed it, you cannot really come through with a bone folder without smashing down the embossing a lot. So I'm just using my finger here to just straighten it up. It wasn't quite straight. So this starts off pretty simple. We are going to adhere this piece of paper, our designer series paper, right here in the front like this. You can have your, depending upon how you want your leaves. I think that looks like the leaves are falling down all helter-skelter. So I'm going to go with it that way. So because this is embossed, I am going to use wet glue. I'm just saying that right now. I have not had good luck with embossed pieces when I just use a tape runner, so I use a little bit of glue. Now this is going to have a border at the top and the bottom, and I bring it in, oh, 3/4 of an inch or so. Now this one's a little bit farther. It's okay. They are similar enough. It's going to be just fine. Okay. And then we have our inside piece and our sentiment piece. And I'm going to start with the sentiment piece. So I'm going to stamp my many thanks. That is an Early Espresso. So as long as I have my Early Espresso ink out, I will do that. I have my stamp set upside down again. I did that the last video. I don't know how come I did that, but I did. Okay, this little piece is our basic beige, and it is 1" by 2¼ and it just fits this. Let's see if I can get this on straight. I'm committing straight up, straight down. There we go. I think it's straight down, straight up. I'm just going to set this aside and let it just hang out. I'll just put it over here. Okay, and now I am going to come in and I'm going to get a little bit messy with my envelope. And this is what they call a distinctive stamp, so it's going to have some lighter spots to it and some darker spots to it. And I am going to just put this on the front like that, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm just smudging it with my finger. It's a little messy, but it's fun. So that's one. Let's do the back side of it. No one will ever know that this was originally a mistake unless you tell them. But my brown doesn't seem to dry right away, so I can do this very easy. It's just a shadowy effect, and you can make it go out as far as you want. There you go. And I think that's kind of fun. Now it is on my finger. To get that off, all I need to do is spritz it with a little bit of water real quick. Use a paper towel and I can get the most of it off, so it's not getting on anything else. If you have a alcohol-based cleaner such as a hand sanitizer, that takes it off a little bit faster, but I didn't get enough ink on there for it to make a difference. Like, see, I'm not making any fingerprints there. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our inside of our card. Now, I'm going to pretty much do it the way I did it here because I've already got this stamp dirty. So I'm just going to come down with a leaf in Early Espresso, and then I well, I'll fill those in a minute. I think I will just bring my other stamps forward here. Just trying to look at that. So I've got Early Espresso, and I may just take a little piece of paper underneath this for just a minute. Okay, so that can go there. I want some Cajun Craze. Oh, I am really putting my fingers in the ink today. Wow, it's an inky kind of day. It's an inky kind of day. And I'm going to put that like that this time. Oh, that certainly didn't stamp very well, did it? Well, here's the good news. There are two sides to this piece of paper. So we will start over. So we will stamp our brown one again. I will go stamp. That's a pretty good stamp. My Cajun Craze. Going to get that inked up pretty good this time. Okay, I'll just come in here and stamp it again. Much better. And then I'm going to come in with my crushed curry. And that's pumpkin pie. Well, did I say pumpkin pie? Should be crushed curry. Wow. Again, with the inks. What can one say? Well, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to come in with some little berries up here. Some berries. Now, I do have my little chamois with me, so I'm going to clean that stamp a little bit. As you can see, this is just a wet chamois, and it gets a big black spot in the middle. It's because all of the ink kind of gets rubbed off in that one spot. Just making sure my stamp is dry. I'm going to bring in some crushed curry this time. I'm going to put it over here. I'm just building up a little bit here of some colors. And I'm going to put this one right here. just making a little border, and that's it. There really is, you know, you can put one there. You can kind of go crazy up and down the side if you like. I think I've done more than enough. So I'm going to put all of these over here. Now I did use pumpkin pie here, but it should be crushed curry. So I just changed it up a little bit for this video. Like I said, you can do whatever you like with the colors you like. It's just a little bit on that. Now let's put this inside our card. It's always funny when you look on the other side and you see that, oh, hey, I put something on the other side. Okay, there's my little Z. So let me bring in my card itself. Okay, and I'm going to put this in here like this. So we've got a nice all the way around. And I'm going to bring in some gems. I am going to sparkle this a little bit. So I've got some, and these are called the low profile dots. I really like them. Now, some people use their fingers to do this. I have not mastered that, so we are using a pokey tool, and because that is what I can do. And I'm just going to put one more, I think. I'm just going to put one on here. I'm going to put one on the leaf. So I've got 3 on the inside. You want an odd number if you can. Okay. And then we have our sentiment, which we put over here. And it's got some fuzzies on it. So I'm just going to trim my fuzzies. Sometimes when the weather is just right, I can put in a brand new blade in my trimmer and I get these fuzzies. So I just trim them off. Or if you have one of these rubber erasers, you can go along this side and it will pull off any of those little things. You can do this also with a emery board or a little piece of sandpaper. Okay, I'm going to add some dimensionals to the outside of this. And I put my dimensionals right where I can't find them. But here I go, I found them. So 1, 2. And what's the best thing about dimensionals? They're cheap as chips. Okay, so we're going to put many thanks on here. And now we're going to add to this some bling because we need bling. I want a bling here. I want a bling here. I want a small bling up on top there. There we go. And there we have it. Card number 2 is fini. I love this little card. It's a simple card to put together. The smearing technique. Now, I will be honest, if you do not want to use your finger and smear it, don't do it. It just happened to be a mistake, and it was my way to cover up the mistake. So you don't have to do it, but I kind of like the technique. It's just a little bit different. And notice this time I put it on this side and not on this side for the front of the card. Just changing it up. Just changing it up. So I want to thank you so much for joining me for the second card here. If you like this, please like and share and comment on my video if you can. Subscribe and hit that little notification number. What will happen then is when I post my new videos, these usually post, this one will post I think on the 18th of the month, which if you're watching this, it's already past then. But you'll be notified when they hit so you can go out and look at it. I thank you again for joining me. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.